Hey guys, I'm back with another Hunter x Union Arena deck profile. This time focusing on the other green SRs in the set. More specifically, the Leorio, the Gon, and the Killua. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with our zero drops, which are the 4 Gons. These are vanillas, and they're just 15k, but they're in raid target, and when they're hitting life, you add to hand. Next we have the 4 Mitos. Again, Mito is probably the best generic zero drop for Hunter right now. They have the effect when played, you choose any of your characters and you give them +1, so it's really good synergy with this deck. And then when they're hitting life, you choose a character, unsuspend it, and then give it +3, which is pretty good. And then finally, our last 2 zero drops of the deck are the 2 Pokels. I mentioned in the other video that Pokel is really good because it has the impact negate, so it's more of a defensive card. I do like running them at 2 though, just because it's nice for that impact negate. Next, we're gonna go into our only 1 drops. It's just the 4 Leorios. They're really good at bouncing the Mitos back to hand, because on play, you return 1 other card with 1 or less energy into your hand, and then if you can't, you bounce this guy back to hand. Really good because he generates 2 energy. He's only 15 though, which kind of sucks, but you just need it for the energy generation. And this deck really isn't that high on energy. I believe you max out on 4, so you get 2 of these guys, or like 2 of the Neteros, and you're pretty good. Speaking of Neteros, onto our 2 drops. I have the 4 Neteros. Again, when he's unsuspended, he generates an extra energy, which is nice. And other than that, that's pretty much what you use him for. Just a kind of another stepping tool for your energy generation. Next, we have 4 Wings. Wings are really good because during your main you can suspend him and then give anything +1, which is really nice. It works well with the impact Gon that we're going to get to a little later. But yeah, just overall a really good card. Next we have the 4 of the Searcher Gons, I believe. These are 2 energy, 1 action point. They're only 25 and generate 1 energy, but on play, you look at the top 5 of your deck, and you can reveal a Killua, Kurapika, or Leorio with 4 or less energy, and add it to your hand. And then if you add a card to your hand by this effect, you just place a card from your hand into the sideline. So it's a really good searcher, essentially. The only thing he doesn't really search is himself. An overall really good consistency piece. Next, we're going on to our 3 drops. We have Killua. This is the SR Killua. He's 3 energy, 1 action point, and one of his effects is that he can't be BP reduced. So against a lot of the decks that like to BP minus, like Phantom Troop or the Purple Ichigo, he kind of just sticks on board because he's just a 3k that they can't really get rid of. He has another effect, activate main once per turn. When he has 4k BP, you can unsuspend him. And this pairs really well with his second effect, which is active main. By switching him to resting, you can target one of their characters with 15k or more and give it -1. So you can't really kill through BP minus, but you can kind of lower their higher characters so that you can basically swing over them, which is really nice. And again, you use his second effect to suspend or to give -BP, then you give him the boost with like the wing or the Mito, and then you can unsuspend him and you can go for that swing that way, or you can do another effect because his second effect's not once per turn, which is really nice. Next, I'm running 2 Water Divinations. These are basically better action draws in my opinion, because you're still paying the 1 action point, but you get to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, and then you can put those 2 cards, either of them, at the top or bottom. After that, you draw 2 cards. So in Magic, it's essentially scry 2, then draw 2, which is really good. And when he's hitting life, you just draw a card. Next, we have our 4 of the Hunter's License for our final triggers. They're pretty self-explanatory. Tap an AP to untap 2 APs, so you're getting 1 back. And then its final trigger is when it's the last one hitting life, you just recover 1, which is really nice. Next is our color trigger of choice. We have 4 of the Gon Freaks. This Gon is 3 energy and 2 action points, so he's kind of expensive. But when he's played, if you played him on the front line, you choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line equal to 1,000 times the number of other characters, so not including himself, and then you sideline it. So essentially, if you have a full front line and you play this guy, he's essentially sidelining a 3k, which is really nice. It's a nice piece of removal. He's 3k by himself, And then when he's hit in life, his color trigger is you may play a green character card with 2 or less energy and 1 AP cost from your hand active onto your field. So he can get you like another chump block out or a Mito so you can boost something up or something like that. But yeah, really nice target. For our special triggers, we have the 4 fishing rods. It's pretty self-explanatory. These are your special triggers of the deck. When they're hitting in life, you basically sideline any character, which is nice. And then its main effect is choose one character on your opponent's front line with BP equal to or less than the highest BP of a character on your field, and return it to hand. But if you have a Gon on the in play, you sideline the character instead of returning to hand. So this is a nice removal tool. It's really nice when it's in life. It's really nice when it's in the hand. Just overall really good card. Next, we're going to move on to our 4 drops, which I believe is the highest we go in this deck. I am running the 3 Raid Golems. He's just a really good card. He's only 4 and 1 action, and then you can raid on top of a Golem to get his effects. His effects are when he's played, you choose 2 characters on your field, and they each gain plus 1k, and you can include himself, and he has the same effect when attacking. So the turn you play him out, if you swing with him, you're getting +2 and then another +2, which is really cool. Again, he synergizes well with the Killua, because you can give the Killua +1 and then unsuspend him. And he's just 4k, and he can boost himself so he can go to 5 or even 6k, which is really nice. And then the last card in our deck is kind of like our boss character, are the 4 Leorios, which I'm missing 2, but I didn't want to waste time getting them before doing the deck profile. But yeah, I'm running 4 of them so far. I'm just using 2 proxies. He is 4 green energy and 1 action point. And then he has, once per turn, when he's not blocked, you can draw a card, which is really good. And then he has a main effect. You can pay 1 AP to give him plus 15 for a turn, so he goes up to 5k because he's 35 base. And he gains impact 1. So basically, if you pay the AP, he becomes a 5k for the turn with impact 1, which means that most of the time your opponents are not going to want to block. And then you can draw a card because they didn't block him. And just a really good card to close things out. The impact 1 is kind of nice. So yeah, so that's the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys want to see any other deck profiles or gameplay, I do plan on trying to showcase these decks that I'm deck profiling at some point. But yeah, thanks for watching.